This is the OTB Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. This program is brought to you by Parting Glass Racing. Terrific holiday weekend of racing just completed. We've got terrific stakes racing action from across the country, wrapping up things at Saratoga. A lot of terrific racing on the two-year-old side, both in New Jersey and out west at Del Mar, in addition to here in town at Saratoga. We'll kick things off down in the Jersey Shore. Grade 3 action for 3-year-olds on Saturday afternoon in the Sapling.
They're racing in the Sapling. Madman Diaries on the inside out for the lead. Vengeful Wildcat away running in second. Another Silver Oak away well between those two. On the far outside, it's Maybe So, Maybe Not, then Chip Shot. Printing Presses along the rail, 2 lengths off the lead. After that comes JJ's Lucky Train, and the trailer is Nacho Saint. As they go by the half-mile pole, 22-2 was the first quarter. Madman Diaries out on the lead by 1.5 lengths. Vengeful Wildcat, another Silver Oak, and down on the inside is Printing Press in fourth. On the far outside, Maybe So, Maybe Not is moving up. 2 lengths off the lead, and right behind him is Chip Shot going well. In behind those horses, Nacho Saint and JJ's Lucky Train. The half was in 46-2. Madman Diaries turning for home in front. Vengeful Wildcat on the outside. Maybe So, Maybe Not third down the center of the track. Chip Shot goes to the inside. Then JJ's Lucky Train. Here's Vengeful Wildcat up alongside of Madman Diaries. Chip Shot at the rail. These three come to the wire. Madman Diaries determined to win the Sapling. Then Vengeful Wildcat, Chip Shot, and Maybe So, Maybe Not.
Madman Diaries picks up the victory, and he's now 3 for 5. This is a horse who had won very impressively north of the border at Woodbine on the Poly track in a couple of races. Last out was a good second in the Colin at that racetrack, and here goes to the front in his dirt debut and scores by 1/2 over Vengeful Wildcat, with Chip Shot in from Saratoga completing the order of the top 3. Madman Diaries is a 2-year-old Dark Bay Brown gelded son of Bring the Heat from Harper and Abbey by Outflanker. Bred in Florida by Wesley Ward and owned by Robert Teal and Wesley Ward. Trained by Wesley Ward and ridden to victory by Jeffrey Sanchez, Madman Diaries covers the 6 in 111.64. We will head right back to New Jersey now. Grade 3 on the turf on Sunday afternoon. The Red Bank Handicap for older horses will join the Red Bank in Progress.
At the Disco by 1.5 lengths up the backstretch, with Get Serious, his closest pursuer, in second, and now he's being ridden along to go after At the Disco up front. Then it's Boots Ahead, racing outside of Legal Move and Strike Again, and Now is yet to pick it up, a 45 flat half-mile. It's been a fast pace so far. At the Disco's been there every step of the way. Get Serious put to the whip to come and get him. After that, it's 2.5 back to Boots Ahead. Then Strike Again, now at the fence, and Legal Move, they're into the stretch. Still At the Disco. Get Serious moves up alongside. Now is closing in. He's 3 behind, but charging as they come down to the last 16th. Get Serious will have to hold off. Now. It's Get Serious in front. Now coming. Get Serious. Now. Here's the wire. Get Serious did it. He held off Now to win the Red Bank. Then came Boots Ahead third. Close for fourth between Strike Again and At the Disco.
One of my favorite New York breds. He doesn't get a lot of credit because he's based in New Jersey, but this 6-year-old is now 13 for 30 lifetime as Get Serious scores by a neck over Now was descending upon him like a freight train. Boots Ahead completes the order of the top 3. Get Serious, off of a win last out in the Oceanport Handicap right here at Monmouth Park, has now got career earnings of very close to $1 million. Get Serious is a chestnut son of City Zip from Java Gal by Java Gold, bred in New York by the Morgan's Ford Farm and owned by James Dinan, Jacques Moore, and Phantom House Farm, trained by John Forbes and ridden to victory by Pablo Fragoso. Get Serious covers the mile in 132.37. We'll head into the Monday Labor Day card now at Monmouth Park with a pair of stakes races as well. Starting things out, 3-year-old sprinting on the turf in the Gilded Time.
They're racing in the Gilded Time. Bridgetown had a very good beginning, goes out to the front. Westover Wildcat away second, then Party All Night Long, Deputy Daney down on the inside, followed by Close to the Edge and Flamin' Hot along the rail. In the back of the fielder, that's the question, and Don't Blame the Cat as they move down the back stretch. It is Bridgetown in front, 3/4 of a length over Westover Wildcat. On the far outside, Party All Night Long is third, a length and 3/4 off the lead. Then it's Deputy Daney fourth along the inside, followed by Flamin' Hot. Close to the Edge is next, and the others are far behind as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. It is Bridgetown and Westover Wildcat. Party All Night Long, 2.5 behind them in third. They're into the stretch. Bridgetown on the inside. Westover Wildcat trying to come and get him. On the far outside, it's Party All Night Long, but it's Bridgetown in front. Party All Night Long moves up alongside of Westover Wildcat as Bridgetown and Elvis Trujillo win the Gilded Time. Party All Night Long was second, Westover Wildcat third, then Close to the Edge.
Bridgetown in off an allowance prep at Saratoga last time out in early August, gets about a month's rest and comes back with another front-end victory, 2.5 lengths the better of Party All Night Long, with Westover Wildcat returning to the races off of a freshening back at Saratoga as well in the same race as Bridgetown, and he settles for third in here after tracking the pace. Bridgetown is a chestnut 3-year-old son of Speightstown from Ellesmere by Tabasco Cat. Bred in Florida by Eugene Melnick and owned by Melnick Racing, trained by Ken McPeak and ridden to victory by Elvis Trujillo, Bridgetown covers the 5.5 in 1:0.67. We'll head right back to Monmouth and more 2-year-old stakes, this time Monday's running of the Sorority for fillies.
They're racing in the Sorority. And there goes Maple Forest right up to grab the lead. Pomeroy's Pistol, KR's Jazz. On the rail, it's Red's Round Table. Mimi's Missy is next. And Unbridled Praise last, but not far behind. Only 2 lengths separate them all. Up the backstretch, it's Pomeroy's Pistol in front. Outside, it's Maple Forest. Red's Round Table at the rail. Now Unbridled Praise goes up into fourth. Just to the outside of the leaders. KR's Jazz had to steady there as Mimi's Missy splits horses to get close up. 21-4 was the first quarter. Into the far turn. It is Maple Forest on the outside. Pomeroy's Pistol at the rail. Unbridled Praise up alongside of them, and now these 3 kick on. 2 lengths back, and Mimi's Missy is fourth down on the inside, trying to stay in it. KR's Jazz is next, and Red's Round Table, 45-4 the half. They're into the stretch. And it's Maple Forest, Unbridled Praise on the outside. Mimi's Missy right behind them in third, past the 8th pole. It is Maple Forest and Unbridled Praise. Unbridled Praise on the outside takes the lead from Maple Forest. Unbridled Praise and Miguel Mena win the Sorority by 3/4 of a length. Maple Forest was second, KR's Jazz was third, then Mimi's Missy.
Unbridled Praise running her record to 2 for 3. She was a good second in the Prairie Gold Lassie last time out at Prairie Meadows in mid-July. That coming on the heels of a nice win in a maiden special at Churchill Downs. Here she tracks the pace and wins by 3/4 of a length over frontrunner Maple Forest, who had broken her maiden in front-running fashion under David Cohen at Saratoga back on August 5th. KR's Jazz completes the order of the top 3 as the longest shot on the board. Unbridled Praise is a dark bay or brown daughter of Song and a Prayer from Spire by Topsider. Bred in Kentucky by John Mulholland and Martha Jane Mulholland, owned by Richard Davis and trained by Brett Calhoun. Looking at that pedigree, I think that we must have a fairly solid Claiborne family there, so I would imagine this filly may stretch out a little bit as the distances get longer. Unbridled Praise for Brett Calhoun and Miguel Mena cover the 6 furlongs in 1:12.48. We'll remain in the Mid-Atlantic. We'll head to Philadelphia Park. Parks Racing at Philadelphia Park, as it is now called, for a pair of Monday stakes races kicking things off. Older sprinters on the grass in the Turf Monster.
And they're off in the Turf Monster Handicap. Elusive Gift out fast. A Unique Treasure is there. True to Tradition and Stratovinsky also come forward. On the outside, Chamberlain Bridge comes out running in 5th. Tozy down inside 6th. General Perfect shuffling back outside running 7th. Then it's Bogue Chitto. Hold the Salt. My Summer Slough is last of the 10 as they head to the far turn. 3 furlongs to go. Stradavinsky on the inside now leads it by a neck. Elusive Gift continues to press every step of the way. 2 lengths to a Unique Treasure in a perfect striking spot on the outside third. Tozy making a run down inside fourth. After that comes True to Tradition. Chamberlain Bridge wide off the turn out in the middle of the course as they come to the last furlong. Stradavinsky on the inside holding tough. On the outside, Elusive Gift. Tozy has running room down at the rail. A Unique Treasure closing in. Here comes Chamberlain Bridge with a late surge on the outside. A wild finish in the Turf Monster Handicap. Chamberlain Bridge, yes sir! Chamberlain Bridge gets up in the final strides to win it.
Chamberlain Bridge picks up the victory, his 3rd win in a row. This old-timer at the age of 6 just seems to keep getting better and better. He's 15 for 21 lifetime, having won the Arlington Sprint and then the Pennsylvania Governors in his last 2. He keeps rolling along in these grass sprints, and he is a very dependable sort when he gets the opportunity to go the 5 or 5.5. He scores by a half a length over a Unique Treasure with Stradavinsky back in 3rd off of a Belmont performance last time out. Chamberlain Bridge is a 6-year-old bay gelding, a son of War Chant from She's Got Class by Trempolino. Bred in Kentucky by Eugene Melnick and owned by Carl R. Moore Management, trained by Brett Calhoun and ridden to victory by Jamie Theriault, Chamberlain Bridge covers the 5 in 56.63. Right back to Philadelphia Park now, 3-year-olds in action in the Smarty Jones at 1 mile and 70 yards. We'll pick up the Smarty Jones in progress.
Pleasant Prince spotting the front runners about 10 lengths as they head to the back stretch, 23-3 for the opening quarter. So the pace not quick here in the Smarty. They go to the 5/8 pole now when Peppy Nose and Strapping Groomer headed for the lead. Comadero continues to stalk the pace on the outside third. The Sky Has No Limit edging up into contention on the far outside. Coliseo's had a great trip to the half-mile pole. He is in behind horses, just 2 lengths behind in 5th. Alongside his Nacho Friend, he is well in the hunt. And Pleasant Prince, with not much pace to run at, still has about 8 lengths to make up. They went the half in 47-3. They run to the 5/16 now, and Strapping Groom and Peppy Nose are still heads apart, but now here comes a strong run from Comadero, and Comadero takes the lead just outside the quarter pole. The Sky Has No Limit is going well. He is right with Comadero as they come to the top of the stretch, and Pleasant Prince is trying to make a bid on the far outside. They come to the last furlong now. The Sky Has No Limit forges past Comadero to take the lead. The Sky Has No Limit is now in front by 2.5. Nacho Friend, a late bit on the outside, but The Sky Has No Limit got first run. He's clear coming down to the finish. The Smarty goes to The Sky Has No Limit, who wins it by 2.5. Nacho Friend second. Pleasant Prince was third.
The Sky Has No Limit picking up the win and at a huge price. I have to say, despite the fact that this horse was second 2 races back in the Iowa Derby, last time out perhaps a little bit of a clunker at Mountaineer in the West Virginia Derby, both of those behind the very capable Concord Point. You've got a trainer here in Steve Asmussen who was winning at a 10 for 13 clip at this meet, primarily with horses shipping in. Comes in for the stake and still pays $18.40 on top with a very capable runner going away by 2. Over Nacho Friend with Pleasant Prince, scoring the 3rd spot with his usual off-the-pace rallying move. The Sky Has No Limit, a dark bay or brown 3-year-old son of Sky Mesa from lovely Regina by Deputy Minister, was bred in Kentucky by Stud TNT, owned by Kathy and Bob Zollers and Mark Wagner, trained by Steve Asmussen and ridden to victory by Jamie Theriault. Smarty Jones winner, The Sky Has No Limit, covers the mile in 70 and 140.49. We'll head to Arlington Park now for a pair of stakes over the weekend. We'll head back first to Saturday. Older horses in action in the Washington Park Handicap will join the Washington Park in progress.
The opening quarter for Mad Flatter, 24 3/5 seconds here on the all-weather. Mad Flatter in front to Country Flavor close up. Elusive Beat is running in 3rd. Junior Alvarado and Giant Oak on the outside. And Granastrino is last. Just under 6 furlongs to go. So Mad Flatter shoulders the load. Half mile for Mad Flatter, 48-3. Mad Flatter in front to Country Flavor. On the outside, Elusive Beat, an ever closer 3rd now for Florent Giroux. Granastrino down at the fence, and Giant Oak is now last. At the half-mile pole, Mad Flatter, Country Flavor, Elusive Beat. Gran Estreno, 4 lengths adrift off of Mad Flatter, who's made every yard so far. And Giant Oak is being ridden well over 3 furlongs out. Mad Flatter it is. Mad Flatter in front of Country Flavor, Elusive Beat. Giant Oak starts to lengthen that stride on the far outside. Giant Oak is coming at the quarter pole to Mad Flatter. Gran Estreno up the fence. Elusive Beat is last. Mad Flatter as they turn for home. Here comes Gran Estreno now. Brushing there with Giant Oak at the 3/16. Mad Flatter trying to see this out for 1 more furlong. Mad Flatter laying it all on the line. Here comes Giant Oak. Mad Flatter, Giant Oak, Gran Estreno in a dramatic finish. It is Gran Estreno, Mad Flatter, and Giant Oak. Gran Estreno defends his crown. Gran Estreno was up to the challenge in the Washington Park Handicap. Holds Giant Oak and Mad Flatter in 1:56 and 4.
Gran Estreno picks up the victory in this Grade 3 for the second consecutive year with a nice run from off the pace to win by a half, getting there over the favorite Giant Oak with Mad Flatter back in the 3rd spot. It was a little bit of a controversial stretch run as there was some bumping late in the running, but Gran Estreno does keep his victory. Giant Oak back in 2nd. Gran Estreno is a chestnut son of Lucky Roberto from Great Stampa by Senor Pete. Bred in Argentina by Eduardo Carlos Luther and owned by Field the Thunder Stable, trained by Michael Stidham and ridden to victory by Michael Bays. Gran Estreno covers the mile in 3/16 and 156.88. We'll head to Arlington Park next. 3-year-old fillies in action on the grass in the Pucker Up.
And they're off in the Pucker Up. Dade Babe using the rail to go out toward the front for Florent Giroux. And here's Dade Babe as they make their way toward the first turn. The Hatuf winner, Silent Candy, has come up to 2nd, and La Cloche is 3rd. Outside of La Cloche, the Irish bred Kilmore Key 4th. Moret is in 5th position. Between horses, Maddie's Odyssey with a black cap. Cave Creeker is 3 wide at the first turn. And then we come back to Dundalk Dust, who follows the trail up the rail. And Basitos last well in behind horses. Dade Babe on top. Dade Babe has gone several lengths clear of the main body, just being led by Silent Candy. Then La Cloche is 3rd. Moret in 4th. Kilmore Key, Maddie's Odyssey, Cave Creeker, Dundalk Dust, and Basitos is last. Dade Babe's opening quarter as they continue their backstretch run. Dade Babe was well clear through that opening quarter, and they head to the half-mile pole now in the Pucker Up. Dade Babe remains well in advance of a tracking Silent Candy 2nd by 4. La Cloche is 3rd, and now they have 4 furlongs to go. Inside of La Cloche, Moret in the burgundy cap. And then Dundalk Dust. On the outside is Kilmore Key. Maddie's Odyssey between horses. On the outside is Cave Creeker wide at both turns. And Basitos is last. They come toward the quarter pole. Dade Babe trying to stay the course in the Pucker Up. Dade Babe 7 lengths in front with a couple of furlongs to go. Silent Candy, La Cloche. Moret is next. Maddie's Odyssey 5th as they turn for home. Then Cave Creeker, Dundalk Dust, Basitos, and Kilmore Key. And the final furlong and a half. Dade Babe starts to wander. Dade Babe put to pressure for the final 16th, chasing Silent Candy and La Cloche. Then Maddie's Odyssey and Dundalk Dust. Dade Babe all the way. Florent Giroux and Dade Babe has won the Pucker Up, made all. La Cloche was 2nd, Silent Candy 3rd, Dundalk Dust 4th, then Maddie's Odyssey and Cave Creeker was next.
Dade Babe gets the victory here, an Arlington-based filly, moving into stakes company off of a nice allowance win last time out. She rocks to the front rather easily and never looks back. She was able to open up a large margin without really going all that fast. I guess everybody just figured that she was going to come back, but she didn't. She draws a clear to win by 3 3/4 lengths over La Cloche, who was in off of a Saratoga allowance win. Filly that took a little bit of time to break her maiden, but came right back to score an allowance win at Saratoga and looks like a very, very good one based on the pedigree. Silent Candy rounds out the top 3. The winner, Dade Babe, is a 3-year-old filly, a daughter of Cimarron Secret from Zooming by Sheikh Albadou, bred in Florida by Francis McDonnell and owned by Lawrence G. Pfeiffer, trained by Danny Miller and ridden to victory by Florent Giroux. Dade Babe covers the 9 furlongs at Arlington in 151.77. We'll pause for a brief message. When we return, we are going to be heading out to the West Coast for stakes racing from Del Mar. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We'll continue now with racing from Del Mar, and they had a terrific weekend of stakes racing to round out the holiday weekend. Doesn't complete their meet. They do have a little bit more coming up for you. In the meantime, we'll head back to Saturday's Darley Debutante for 2-year-old fillies.
And away they go. All appear to come out very well. On the far side, we have Gone Rebel very fast, and Gone Rebel opens up on them early, but now here comes Wickedly Perfect through on the inside to take second. Sugar in the Morning's right there, Avid in fourth, AZ Warriors on the far side. Behind that, Shield Air, Rigoletta is 5 off the leaders. 3 back to Righteous Renee. In behind that comes Tell A. Kelly, who's racing towards the rear. Got to be a good 10 lengths off this leader. And at the back is She Legal. They've less than a half mile to go now, and Wickedly Perfect. Wickedly Perfect picks up the running down at the rail. Gone Rebel is in second. Sugar in the Morning right there third. AZ Warriors in the 4th spot, only 2 off the leaders. Avid is in 5th. Behind that comes Rigoletta. On the far side is She Legal, making an early run far out. And then we come back to Teller Kelly. A quarter of a mile to go, and Wickedly Perfect now kicks on for home. And Wickedly Perfect is the one to catch. He hugs the rail, and Wickedly Perfect kicks for home. Sugar in the Morning. AZ Warrior, Rigoletta along the inside. Tell A. Kelly now coming with a big run. They are coming for home, and here comes Tell A. Kelly like a rocket out of the pack. And Tell A. Kelly looking like she just joined in at the quarter pole. She flew right on by. Huge performance by Tell A. Kelly in the Darley Debutante. Alonso Quinones gets a Grade 1 win. Wickedly Perfect second. Rigoletta third, and Is She Legal finish fourth.
Tella Kelly now a Grade 1 winner with an off-the-pace rallying move. 4.5 lengths the better of the favored Wickedly Perfect, who was in off a victory in the Sorrento and showed her usual good speed. Rigoletta completes the order of the top 3 at 30-1. Tella Kelly broke her maiden last time out and second time start that day. She was obviously very well meant in here, and a nice situation for her. She obviously got the pace that she needed, but it's always nice to see a young filly that's got the ability to rally from off the pace, and we're going to see a little bit later on at Saratoga. The Spinaway won in similar fashion when the pace set up, but a lot of the youngsters don't get the opportunity to run from off the pace early on in their career. And those that show a willingness to pass horses often have an advantage early. Tella Kelly is a chestnut daughter of Tappet from Evrobi by Tabasco Cat, bred in Florida by Karen C. West and owned by Ike and Dawn Thrash, trained by John Sadler and ridden to victory by Alonso Quinones. Tella Kelly covers the 7 furlongs in 123.05. We'll continue now with racing action from Del Mar, 3-year-olds on the grass in the Del Mar Derby.
Fields sent on their way to a perfect beginning. Twirling Candy broke best of all, immediately clears the field, and Twirling Candy's going to drop onto the rail to make his own pace out here, followed then by King Edward. On the outside, here is Summer Movie, the grey, up to take the 2nd spot. Then we come back to Royal FJ. Jarzinho is second last, and Fantastic Pick, 7 off the leaders. Pastor stands with 1 lap to go, and Twirling Candy. Joel Rosario's got him nice and relaxed out here. Ears pricking forward. He's just taking everything in. And Twirling Candy certainly got it all his own way. A sensible pace, a length and a half in front. Summer Movie tracks from the 2nd spot. Then there's a gap of 4 to Kid Edward. Jarzinho behind that. Royal FJ second last, and Fantastic Pick is 10 off the leaders. On to the backstretch they go now, and Twirling Candy, oh, he's just shifted out there. He shifted out very badly, did Twirling Candy. Something amiss there. He shifted sharply to the right, interfering with Summer Movie. Let's see, he's now giving a rider a really hard time. You can see the left rein. Joel Rosario's got him on a stranglehold on the left. The right lane is very loose. He's just trying to get him to corner out here as Twirling Candy. Now joined by Summer Movie. Let's hope that helps a little now. Into the turn they go. Then comes Kid Edward. Behind that, Jarzinho. Behind that is Royal FJ and Fantastic Pick. Now they come into the top of the lane in the Derby. Let's see. Twirling Candy looks more focused now. He's not trying to get out. In fact, he's cornering well right now. And Twirling Candy's in front just over a length. Jarzinho in the red cap comes to take him on. Kid Edward, Royal FJ and Fantastic Pick homeward bound now. And now Twirling Candy strutting his stuff. And how powerful is this guy? Something amiss on the back turn, but nothing wrong down the stretch. He absolutely canters home in the Del Mar Derby. Twirling Candy could not have been more impressive. Jorginho second, and then close Royal FJ and Fantastic Pick.
Twirling Candy and Joel Rosario, a little bit of an eventful run into the backstretch where he appeared to bolt. He ducked out rather sharply, turning out onto the backstretch, and there was a little bit of a controversy here. The stewards did conduct an inquiry into the incident where he bolted, as the rider of Summer Movie, Victor Espinoza, felt that his horse was forced out and rather dramatically taken up as a result of the winner's action. Summer Movie then tracked the pace for the better part of the running before fading to finish sixth and last, which I suspect may have impacted the judge's decision, although that was not something that was noted. Certainly it did not appear to affect the outcome of the race, as Twirling Candy goes on to score 3 1/4 lengths the better of Jorginho, with Royal FJ back in third. The winner, Twirling Candy, now 4 for 4, 2 on the poly, 2 on the turf. He is a 3-year-old dark bay or brown son of Candy Ride from House of Danzig by Chester House. Bred in Kentucky by Sidney and Jenny Craig, owned by the Craig Family Trust and trained by John Sadler, ridden to victory by Joel Rosario. Twirling Candy covers the 9 furlongs in 146.96. Next up, we'll head back to the Del Mar Turf Course Monday afternoon. Fillies and mares in the Grade 2 Palomar will join the Palomar in Progress.
Couldn't be going any slower out here. It's You Lift Me Up, a length and a half in front. In the second spot has Gotta Have Her. Quite now they're starting to quicken a little as they go onto the back stretch, and it looks like You Lift Me Up's taken hold of the bit, and now she wants to sprint away. So You Lift Me Up quickens them down the back stretch, opens up 4. Gotta Have Her is in second. Go Forth North along the inside, been followed by Lily for Poots, and the trailer is Britannia. A noticeable difference, in fact, from going so slow they couldn't be going any quicker right now. You Lift Me Up sprints into the turn, clear by 3. Go Forth North is in second. Gotta Have Her is in third. Lily for Poots now has 5 to make up, and then 3 back to Britannia. Coming to the top of the lane, and You Lift Me Up, but they're coming to tackle now. Here's Go Forth North, and Gotta Have Her on the outside, and Gotta Have Her's full of run now. Gotta Have Her strikes the front without being asked. Lily for Poots gets a tap on the shoulder in the white to come after them. Homeward bound now, and Gotta Have Her strikes the front. Lily for Poots going to come with a late run on the outside. But now Mike Smith is asking Gotta Have Her, and she's finding more. On the inside, Go Forth North, Lily for Poots, Gotta Have Her. Gotta Have Her has won the Palomar. Go Forth North was second, Lily for Poots third. Then You Lift Me Up and Britannia.
Gotta Have Her scores the victory off a close third in the John Maybe last time out. In fact, most of these fillies were right back in out of that race. Go Forth North completes the order of the exacta, with Lily for Poots, the winner that day of the Maybe, settling for third. Gotta Have Her is a bay mare, a daughter of Royal Academy from Winnowing by Rahi, bred in Kentucky by Nursery Place and Robert T. Manfuso, owned by the Green Lantern Stable and trained by Janine Zahadi, ridden to victory by Mike Smith, and Gotta Have Her covers the mile in the 16th of 142.39. We'll return to New York now, but before we head to Saratoga, we'll stop at Finger Lakes for a pair of 2-year-old New York bred races on Monday afternoon. Starting things out, 2-year-old fillies in the Ladyfinger.
And there they go. And it's a swift start for Funky Monkey Mama, already getting the early lead. Freud's on Holidays is second. Let's Shoot Pool is up close to the action in the clear from the outside. Lady Vi's in the 4th spot, just under 4 lengths from the front. It's more than 2 to Higher Desire, and a break of at least 6 or 7 to She's Safe and Sound. Through the opening quarter, Funky Monkey Mama has the lead. Let's Shoot Pool is applying pressure from her outside. Freud's on Holidays is third, 2.5 from the front. Lady Vi joins her. Higher Desire has 5 lengths to find, 3 furlongs from the wire, and it's about 7 or 8 to She's Safe and Sound. A quick opening quarter of 22 seconds. Funky Monkey Mama has the lead. Let's Shoot Pool is all over her. Lady Vi's in a good spot if she's good enough, trying to close in. Higher Desire begins her bid, 5 lengths from the front outside of Freud's on Holidays. She's Safe and Sound is at the back. Final 3/16 in the 32nd running of the Lady Finger, and it's Funky Monkey Mama still with the lead. Let's Shoot Pool continues to pursue from the outside, and third is Lady Vi. Freud's on Holidays is fourth along the inside. Here comes the maiden Lady Vi. She's trying to get the lead. Lady Vi gets the lead. Lady Vi gets the victory in the Lady Finger. She outfinishes Let's Shoot Pool. Finishing third was Funky Monkey Mama.
Lady Vi picking up the Lady Finger, in fact scoring her maiden victory with this win. She had been a decent second in her career debut here at Saratoga only about a week and a half ago on the 29th of August behind Au Sable Chasm, and I mention that because I know there are some local connections involved in the ownership of that filly. Now Lady Vi breaks through, picks up her maiden win in Stakes Company at 13-1 over Let's Shoot Pool, with the favored Funky Monkey Mama off of a front-end victory here at Saratoga, settling for third. Lady Vi is a chestnut daughter of Tail of the Cat from Dixieland Achiever by Dixieland Band. Bred in New York by New Star Breeding and owned by Flying Z Stable, trained by Phil Serpe and ridden to victory by Pedro Rodriguez, Lady Vi covers the 6 furlongs in 112.91. Next up, 2-year-old New York-bred colts and geldings in the Aspirant.
We're ready for the 36th running of the Aspirant Stakes. And there they go. Slight stumble from Dream Drop Kid. Bug Juice wins the start. Hysterical Cat is showing pace. Dream Drop Kid is forwardly placed. He has recovered, and he's right there from the top shelf. Gold Eagle comes away in fourth with Turn Up the Music to his outside. Break of 4 lengths to Pin Number, who has lots of work to do at the tail, is in the west. Bug Juice a little bit quicker than Hysterical Cat, and they're going at a good clip. Dream Drop Kid's in a good spot from the far outside. Turn Up the Music outrunning his odds in the run to the far turn. 3 lengths to find on Bug Juice near the 3/8. Break of 7 lengths to Pin Number, who is gearing up. Pin Number is getting closer with every call. He separates himself from Gold Eagle, and in the west is at the back of 22-1 opening quarter, rattled off by Bug Juice. He has the lead 2 furlongs from the wire. Hysterical Cat's trying to keep up. Dream Drop Kid comes under the whip, and Pin Number continues to close in from the 4th spot. Final 3/16 in the 36th running of the Aspirant Stakes, and it's Bug Juice the one to catch. He passes the 8th pole with a widening lead. Hysterical Cat is second. Pin Number's into third, possibly second, but he's no match for Bug Juice, and that's 2 in a row for Bug Juice, and he is powerful in victory this afternoon. That's a double for John Davila Jr. Pin Number leveled off nicely to get second from Hysterical Cat, who had to settle for third.
Bug Juice off of a maiden win here at Saratoga, 6 lengths the better that afternoon. Here scores by 7 under John Davila, running away and hiding. Late moving Pin Number is up for the 2nd spot as the favorite. Once again in from Saratoga, settling for third. It was Hysterical Cat who had broken his maiden very impressively up here at the Spa, earning a fairly high buyer speed figure. He was scratched from a stake, a small stake for state breds here in Saratoga last week for this spot, and obviously didn't take quite as well to the Finger Lake surface as he had to that at Saratoga. The winner, however, Bug Juice, doesn't seem to mind either surface, as he has now won his last 2 races by a combined total of 13 lengths. Bug Juice is a bay gelding, a son of Mingan, from Twilight Empress by Twilight Agenda, bred in New York by Milford Farm and owned by our Blue Streak Stable, trained by Bruce Levine and ridden to victory by John Davila Jr. Bug Juice covers the 6 in 110.40. We'll return now to Saratoga as we wrap up the 140th racing meet at the Spa. We will start out with last Wednesday's running of the P.G. Johnson for fillies on the grass.
And they're off. It's Plain Form out for the lead, and here comes Fancy Point. Fancy Point now tugs her way up to take command under the line the first time. Plain Form second on the inside, and Lauren Bird is third into the clubhouse turn. Arch Support runs along in fourth. Avanti on the hedge in fifth. Then Maria's Luck is in between horses. And then Believe in AP on the outside. Cathman Blue is the trailer. Around the clubhouse turn, Javier Castellano and Fancy Point. Step out now, lead by 3. Plain Form settles into an easy beat. Back running second after a 23-3 solid opening quarter mile for the front runner here, Fancy Point. Now out there by almost 4 lengths. Plain Form continues on in second, followed by Lauren Bird. Third on the outside of Avanta, running fourth on the hedge. Maria's Luck is fifth, and Arch Support races sixth. Cathman Blue and Believe in AP, the trailer, with less than a half mile to go. Fancy Point, uncontested lead, but now that lead is evaporating quickly as they move into the far turn. The half was up in 48 1/5 seconds. Fancy Point, and now Ramon Dominguez in plain form to the attack as they come to the top of the stretch. Lauren Bird right there and behind them third. And Avanta cuts the corner beautifully fourth. Top of the stretch. Fancy Point still there. Plain form took a bold run at her, but Fancy Point rejected that first challenge. Lauren Bird comes on through between horses, and on the outside, Cathman Blue. It's still Fancy Point. Cathman Blue flying late finish, but Fancy Point and Javier Castellano went wire to win it. Cathman Blue second, close for third, plain former Lauren Bird.
Fancy Point makes her maiden breaker a stakes race. We've seen it a couple of times in recent years, and Fancy Point off of a very solid fourth place finish in her dirt debut going short. She's got a ton of turf pedigree. She's got a ton of route pedigree, trained by Will Phipps, who's always very strong with horses on the stretch out. Puts her on the lead on a track, a turf course that has been very kind to speed over the last few weeks. Javier Castellano using that surface to his advantage and going to the front, never looking back. A length and a half the better, a 15-1 long shot. Catman Blue, who rallied from well back off the pace. Pace presser Plain Form completes the order of the top three. The winner, Fancy Point, is a 2-year-old chestnut daughter of Point Given from Fancy Clancy by Rahi. Bred in Kentucky by Kinsman Farm and owned by the Kinsman Stable, trained by Will Phipps and ridden to victory by Javier Castellano. Fancy Point covers the mile in a 16th and 142.78. Wednesday's stakes feature for 3-year-old fillies were split divisions of the risk averse. We'll start with Division 1, 1 mile on the turf.
And they're off. Asa Maria off to an alert beginning, and there goes Surely She Can. And Surely She Can will be the early leader. Asa Maria second on the inside. Title Pool has come out running in third. Nini's House far outside fourth. Inte Domine moves through an opening on the inside from fifth. Snowtop Mountain is sixth. Silver Labelle is seventh by 3. House of Grace and Sonata at the back of the pack. Up front, Surely She Can, the long shot leader. Asa Maria, the favorite, sits back second down that backstretch run. Title Pool gets situated on the outside. Up running in third, and Te Domine fourth with about 5 furlongs remaining. Snowtop Mountain slides through in between horses neatly, now racing fifth. And then it's Nini's House, followed by Silver Labelle Sonata. House of Grace is last with 4 furlongs left. 47 3 was the half mile. Heading for the far turn, Surely She Can. Asa Maria now right there with her. 3 furlongs out, Surely She Can nearly. Asa Maria now asks for a bit more at the midway point on the far turn. Just in behind, Inte Domine waiting for some running room as the field turns for home. Title Pool on the far outside, and Snowtop Mountain, top of the stretch. It is still Surely She Can. Asa Maria still second on the outside. Snowtop Mountain and Inte Domine completely stymied. Into the final 100 yards, Asa Maria comes away with the lead. Asa Maria up to win it by a neck. Snowtop Mountain was second. Inte Domine a tough luck third.
Asa Maria returns off a long layoff. We had not seen her in action since last October when she ran well in defeat in the Frizette on the dirt. This was her turf debut, and she makes it a winning one, scoring from just off the pace over the late-moving Snowtop Mountain. Inte Domine down inside had absolutely nowhere to go as she got trapped behind tiring leader Surely She Can and settles for third. The winner, Asa Maria, is a gray filly, a daughter of Maria's Mon from Discreetly Awesome by Awesome Again. Bred in Kentucky by Mrs. E. Paul Robsham and owned by the breeder, trained by Todd Pletcher and ridden to victory by John Velasquez. Asa Maria covers the mile in 135.06. Next up, it's Division 2 of the Risk Averse on Thursday afternoon.
And they're off. Ultimate Class and Sea Run. They break together for the lead. Here's Queen of the Creek, who comes up on the far outside. Lisa's Booby Trap has come away down toward the hedge as the field moves into the clubhouse turn. Queen of the Creek will lead the field in the early going here. Ultimate Class runs along in second, Sea Run third. Lisa's Booby Trap on the inside is now fourth. Concord Kid right alongside her in fifth position. And then it's Millennia racing along in sixth, followed by Doe Run now seventh, El Specialist eighth, Marceria is ninth, and Kitty Licious. So down the backstretch run, and Queen of the Creek opens up a big lead here. That lead is 5 lengths after a 23-4 opening quarter mile. And then it's Ultimate Class, who runs along in second. Sea Road. Lisa's Booby Trap is still fourth. Fourth and on the inside as they move into the clubhouse turn. The freewheeling Queen of the Creek. A 6-length lead with time starting to tick away. Situation critical here for Lisa's Booby Trap. Still about 8 lengths from the lead. Coming to the top of the stretch. It is Queen of the Creek in front by 2. Ultimate Class second on the outside. Into the final furlong. Queen of the Creek there by 4, followed by Ultimate Class. Then Sea Run moving up, and on the far outside is Doe Run, and it will not be Lisa's day today. They're coming down to the finish, and it is Queen of the Creek who scores wire to wire. Ultimate Class finished second, Kitty Licious was third, and Doe Run was fourth.
Queen of the Creek goes to the front and never looks back, as she did earlier in the meet on the 26th of July. She used the same tactics to score a victory here. She simply cruises along. Julien Leparoux really not trying that much to throttle down her speed. Obviously, as mentioned, the course was very favorable to horses running on the front end. And also, it just seems to me that if a horse has a lot of speed, you might as well use it to take some of the other horses out of the running. She did that, just that. And not unlike Fancy Point on the turf in the previous day's stake, Ultimate Class and Kitty Licious come running late at her, but neither of them able to make up much ground. Ultimate Class had tracked the pace in the early going, wasn't able to make up headway. Kitty Licious rallies from 10th to finish third. The winner, Queen of the Creek, is a 3-year-old daughter of Theatrical from Miasma by Lear Fan, bred in Kentucky by Montecule and owned by Timothy Turney and Nathan Tinkler. Trained by Thomas Proctor and ridden to victory by Julien Leparoux, Queen of the Creek covers the mile in 133.94. We'll head right back to Saratoga and Friday's stakes race on the turf for 2-year-olds, the With Anticipation. We'll join the With Anticipation in progress.
The pace is hot here. 23 seconds flat was that opening quarter by Typhoon Slew. Sold at now just hard on the heels of that hot pace. Sensational Slam situated on the outside for the run into the final half mile. Opening half was 47 4/5 seconds. Powhatan County's had a good trip so far. In behind the lead and running along in fourth. Air Support 5.5 lengths from the lead. He's fifth and now has to pick it up with 3 furlongs remaining. Another 4 back to Lubrisi, who's got a lot to do. Now being passed by Kid Curry, and Kid Curry's coming hard. Now they're coming to the top of the stretch. Sold at Typhoon Slew, Powhatan County in behind them. Sold at up for the lead. Sold at the leader at the top of the stretch. Typhoon Slew now back running second. Late run on the outside. Powhatan County trying to get to Sold at. Sold at 3-length lead. Powhatan County will be second best here to Sold at. The clear-cut winner of the With Anticipation. Powhatan County was second. Typhoon Slew was third. Air Support fourth.
Another 2-year-old scoring his maiden victory in Stakes Company as Sold At. Scores by 3 very nicely after a tracking trip behind Typhoon Slew. He was able to sit the perfect stalking trip when the front runner began to tire a little bit. He was right there under Alan Garcia to kick clear over Powhatan County, who was back to Saratoga after having taken on Stakes Company at Monmouth last time out off of his maiden win at the Spa. Typhoon Slew holds on for the 3rd spot. The winner, Soldat, was a good second to Wine Police in his most recent performance here at Saratoga on the main track, switches over to the turf and scores. The pedigree certainly says turf would be within his scope as well as distance. Soldat is a dark Bear Brown son of Warfront from Le Relais by Coronado's Quest. Bred in Kentucky by Brookfield Stud, owned by Harvey Clark and Craig W. Craig Robertson III, trained by Kieran McLaughlin, ridden to victory by Alan Garcia. Soldat covers the mile and is 16th in 141.37. We will pause now for one more brief message, and when we return, we will be heading back to Saratoga and the Labor Day weekend stakes. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We will continue now going into the weekend, and of course the final weekend at Saratoga is Labor Day weekend. We've got lots of terrific racing, a lot of Grade 1 action, and it all kicked off on on Saturday afternoon rather, with Grade 1 older horses in the four-go at 7 furlongs.
And they're off. Checklist racing to the front from the far outside. Big Drama is there, and Vineyard Haven. Girolamo's up into fourth position. You and I Forever is fifth. Then Omniscient races in sixth. At the back of the pack, Breebone, Here Comes Ben, and Warriors Reserve, who is reserved at the trailer. Warriors Reward is the trailer down the backstretch run. Up top, Checklist clicks off a 22-2 opening quarter mile. Big Drama's second on the outside. Vineyard Haven, for the moment, trapped at the rail third, and alongside him is his stablemate Girolamo. 3 lengths back, Omniscient is moving well, while fifth, about 5.5 lengths from the lead. Then You and I Forever, followed by Here Comes Ben. Warriors Reward just starting to get underway now. Breebone is last, just outside the quarter pole, coming to the top of the stretch. And it is Big Drama who comes away with the narrow lead, turning for home. Girolamo is there on the far outside. Then Vineyard Haven, Checklist down toward the rail. And then Omniscient. Here Comes Ben, comes on through in between horses. And Breebone's now only 3 lengths from the lead. And Warriors Reward is coming on the far outside into the final 100 yards. Big Drama, Here Comes Ben. Here Comes Ben indeed. Here Comes Ben, won it by a long neck over Big Drama. Close for third, Vineyard Haven or Warriors Reward.
Here Comes Ben, pulling off a bit of an upset at almost 10-1 over Big Drama, with the favored Vineyard Haven back in the third spot. The top of the stretch, it appeared to be a wide open field, any number of horses vying for contention. But splitting horses, Here Comes Ben, who was in from Kentucky, where he had won his last 3 in a row, including the Kellys landing at Churchill Downs at the end of June, scores by 3/4 of a length over Big Drama, who had run very well earlier on in the meet as well. Vineyard Haven, who has been an absolute monster going 7 furlongs, particularly at this course, defeated, settling for third. Here comes Ben, is a dark bay or brown son of Street Cry from Chase the Raging Wind by Dejour. Bred in Kentucky by Marianne and Brandon Chase, owned by the breeders and trained by Charles Lopresti, ridden to victory by Alex Solis. Here comes Ben, covers the 7 and 122.50. Next up, older horses in the Grade 1 Woodward.
And they're off. Quality Road immediately. And Arcodoro wants that lead. So into the clubhouse turn, and Arcodoro will be the leader. Quality Road is in behind him. Now Johnny Velasquez angles him out of harm's way to the outside, and now he's right alongside Longshot Arcodoro. Arcodoro net, Quality Road, second now, just to his outside. Mythical Power, mind that bird with those blinkers today, and he's really up close to the pace. He's just 2.5 lengths from the lead today. 5 lengths to Convocation, another 5 back to Indian Dance, and the trailer is Tranquil Manor. 24 flat was that opening quarter mile, down the backstretch run. 30 to 1 shot, Arcodoro is the leader. And Quality Road, odds on at 1 to 5. Johnny Velasquez just sitting chilly second. 5 furlongs out from the wire. Mind that bird right up there, down toward the inside. And Mythical Powers alongside him. The half was a legitimate 47 3/5 seconds. Farther back in the field, Convocation is 9 lengths from the lead with the half mile to go. Indian Dance, Tranquil Manor. Around the far turn, and 3 furlongs out right there. Quality Road takes the lead. Quality Road takes that lead, 3/4 up in 1:11 2/5 seconds. Mythical Power moves to second. Arcodoro now fades in third. Convocation is rallying. Mind that bird's gone in the wrong direction as the field turns for home. Quality Road, Johnny Velasquez, hand riding him. Now it's a tap on the flank, and they're clear by 3. Mythical Power runs in second. And on the extreme outside, Tranquil Manor is third. They're coming down to the final 16th, and Quality Road will prevail here. Quality Road does it emphatically to win the Woodward by almost 5 lengths. Mythical Power was second. Tranquil Manor was third. Convocation was fourth.
Quality Road rebounding off a second place finish behind Blame last time out in the Whitney at the beginning of the meet. This time he has a little bit of a target to run at as Arcodoro, in off of an allowance victory early in the meet on the front end, goes to the front going into the far turn, carrying them right into the backstretch, which I think set Quality Road up for a little bit better effort. He assumes the lead heading into the far turn and had plenty left to withstand the move from off the pace of Mythical Power, who settles for second. Tranquil Manor comes out of the field from last into third. The winner, Quality Road, now I presume heading right on to the Breeders' Cup. I'm not entirely sure if they want to face Blame in the Jockey Club Gold Cup at 1.25 miles. They may want to wait to take him on at the 10 furlong distance when a lot more money is on the line in the Breeders' Cup Classic at the very end of the racing year. Quality Road, a 4-year-old bay son of Elusive Quality from Cobla by Strawberry Road, was bred in Virginia by Edward P. Evans and is owned by the breeder. Trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden to victory by John Velasquez. Quality Road covers the 9 furlongs in 1 minute 50 flat. We'll head now into the Sunday card and a pair of stakes on Sunday afternoon, starting with 3-year-olds on the grass in the Saranac.
And they're off. And out for that lead is Fantastica Roberto, but Devin Rock's going to be forwardly placed too. Just outside them, Citrus Kid. So buys the first time here, and sharing that coveted early lead on the turf here are Devin Rock and Fantastica Roberto. They're now 3 lengths ahead of the third horse, Citrus Kid. That one's followed closely by Turf Melody, then Mystic, and 5 lengths back to Lethal Combination, the trailer. So sparring on the lead here are Devin Rock and Fantastica Roberto. And Devin Rock now up to assume the command after a quarter that goes in 23 1/5 seconds. Down the backstretch run, Devin Rock the leader. Fantastica Roberto second by another 2. Citrus Kid is settled into a beat after an opening half mile in 46 2/5 seconds. It's an ambitious race being run here by Devin Rock, who's got a 3.5 length lead. Fantastico Roberto now asks for more run to be staying within striking range. Citrus Kid toward the inside. And then it's Mystic on the outside. Mystic is fourth, only about 4 lengths from the lead. Covered up in behind those two, it's Turf Melody. Lethal Combination trails the field. 3/4 in 1:10 and 3. 2.5 furlongs still left to go. And Devon Rock has a 3-length lead as they hit the quarter pole. So it's Devon Rock to catch as the field turns for home. Mystic on the outside, Citrus Kid toward the rail. In between those two, Fantastico Roberto. And those fractions have taken its toll on the front runner. And now a charge into the final furlong. Here's Turf Melody and here's Lethal Combination. Those two in a ding-dong battle down to the line. Turf Melody and Lethal Combination. It's Lethal Combination and Turf Melody. Lethal Combination the winner, beating Turf Melody by a neck. It was close for third as well between Mystic and Fantastico Roberto.
Top two finishers in here had finished about the same margin apart from one another in the same order in the quick call only a couple of weeks back. And Lethal Combination that day was fourth, Turf Melody fifth. This time they come back and they are first and second. Interestingly enough, that they moved up from first to first and second after moving into graded stakes company. Both of them obviously relishing the extended distance as Fantastico Roberto rounds out the top three. Lethal Combination is a dark Bear Brown gelded son of Broken Vow from Yard by Boundary. Bred in Kentucky by Indian Creek and owned by the Namcook Stable, trained by Karen McLaughlin, ridden to victory by Alan Garcia. Lethal Combination covers the mile in 3/16 and 153.18. Next up, 2-year-old fillies in the Grade 1 Spinaway.
And they're off. Valiant Passion out for that lead. On the outside, Our Heat Lightning is there. Here comes Sky Hosoya. Alienation's in the early mix too, and down on the inside, Stop Spending Maria, so down the backstretch. Sky Hosoya leads the Spinaway field here, leads by a length. Alienation runs along in second. Valiant Passion is now third, and Stop Spending Maria fourth on the inside. Then it's a break of almost 4 lengths back to Coast Liberty, followed by a bye down toward the rail. Our Heat Lightning on the outside, and let me go into the far turn after a 21-4 opening quarter mile, and around the far turn, and it's Alienation the leader now. Alienation in control with 3 furlongs remaining here. The half and an sparkling 44 3/5 seconds, and Alienation's opening up on the field with very little urging here from Channing Hill. They have a 4-length lead as they hit the quarter pole, but Valiant Passion is picking up the chase now as they turn for home, and Our Heat Lightning there on the outside. Top of the stretch in the Spinaway. Alienation fully extended here. Valiant Passion, Our Heat Lightning. Here comes Our Heat Lightning up to the throat latch of Alienation and on by. Our Heat Lightning in front and pulling away to win the Spinaway. Our Heat Lightning scores a 3-length triumph over Alienation, Valiant Passion, and Coast Liberty.
Our Heat Lightning taking advantage of a very, very sharp pace in front to score going away by 4 lengths. Now, obviously, I think it's fair to say this is a pretty nice filly. She broke her maiden in her debut at Delaware Park, came back and ran a closing second behind the very quick 2-pack Shelley at Monmouth and the Colleen last time out. But obviously, that ability to close certainly worked to her advantage. Sky Hosoya went out to the early lead with Alienation under Channing Hill in close pursuit. When Sky Hosoya backed out of it, Alienation found herself on the front perhaps a little bit quicker than she had anticipated, and ended up tiring. The very fast pace certainly did her in. She held on well to finish in the second spot. Valiant Passion looks like another one that might be worth keeping an eye on as the distances stretch out. The winner, Our Heat Lightning, a bay daughter of Trippy from Yellow Heat by Gold Fever, bred in Florida by E. Paul Robsham Stable and owned by the breeder, trained by Todd Pletcher, ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. Our Heat Lightning comes home a little bit on the slow side, but the pace told the story in this one. They finished up on the slow side, as has been the case here at Saratoga throughout the course of the meet. 125.23, the final time. We'll head into Sunday's stakes racing action to wrap up, Monday's stakes racing to wrap up the Saratoga meeting. A pair of stakes beginning with the Grade 1 2-year-olds in the Three Chimneys Hopeful Stakes.
And they're off. Little bobble at the break there for Stay Thirsty. Wine Police comes out smoothly. Stay Thirsty now coming up and after that lead. Boys at Toscanova is outrunning third. The last of the four is Settle for Metal down the backstretch run. So Stay Thirsty has come on through to take the lead from Wine Police. Wine Police sits back, Chili, runs in second, and 2 lengths back, Boys at Toscanova. Ramon Dominguez just nudging him along. And down on the inside, in tight and hard to handle, is Settle for Metal. Down the backstretch, 23 flat was the opening quarter mile. They hit the half-mile pole. Stay Thirsty, Wine Police still running 1-2. Boys at Toscanova takes after them on the outside and Settle for Metal. Around the far turn here, and it is still Stay Thirsty holding that lead. Stay Thirsty through a 46 1/2 mile. Boys at Toscanova is coming 3 wide after that lead, just outside the quarter pole. Wine Police, so those 3 all together as they turn for home. Settle for Metal is fourth. They're off the turn into the stretch for the hopeful here, and it is Stay Thirsty fighting away down inside. Wine Police is there. Boys at Toscanova still hand ride for him. Boys at Toscanova up for the lead. Boys at Toscanova and Ramon Dominguez with an impudent look at the others. He has supreme confidence with Boys at Toscanova. They cruised in the final furlong to win it here in 1:23.1. Stay Thirsty was second. Wine Police third.
Boys at Toscanova scoring over a short field, but in very impressive fashion. As mentioned, this track has been a little bit on the tiring side. Horses coming home, even if they're going out on the slow side, they're coming home slow as well. And Boys at Toscanova, a very sharp finish, 12.89 seconds to round out the race after sitting perfectly Chili under Ramon Dominguez while racing 3 wide most of the way. He put away horses near the mid-stretch. Stay Thirsty down inside. I did not anticipate him being on the lead. I thought Wine Police would probably outbreak him. Stay Thirsty did break sharply and went on to the front, held on for second as Wine Police settles for third. The winner, Boys at Toscanova, was a closing second in his debut in the Kentucky Juvenile, a Grade 3 at Churchill Downs. Came back and won a very, very impressive maiden special at Belmont on July 2nd, earning a very high Beyer speed figure that day. And now we'll head straight from this performance into the Breeders' Cup, and looks like kind of an interesting but maybe perhaps a little typical 2-year-old campaign for Boys at Toscanova. Boys at Toscanova, a dark bay or brown colt, a son of officer from Little Bonnet by Coronado's Quest, who had a pretty good weekend as a broodmare sire for Coronado's Quest, I must say. Bred in Kentucky by Hertrick McCarthy Bloodstock, owned by JMS Stable, Hot Racing et al., trained by Richard Dutrow Jr. and ridden to victory by Ramon Dominguez. Boys at Toscanova covers the 7 and 123.27. We will wrap up the Saratoga racing meet with the Glens Falls handicap on the turf at 1 mile and 3 furlongs for fillies and mares.
And they're off. Forever Together is going to be forwardly placed right from the beginning here. Go Ask Alex on the inside up for a short lead and Striking Dancer. And Forever Together backs off a bit. As they round the first turn here, Go Ask Alex establishes the lead. Down on the inside, Casablanca Sma runs in second, Kiowa Cat third. And then Striking Dancer caught 3 wide round the first turn is fourth. Forever Together is backed off the pacemakers now and settles in a comfort zone about 6 lengths from the leader. And the leader is now Go Ask Alex. The 3 at the back of the pack are Kirtana, Beauty O'Gowan, and Sweet and Flawless. So bias now for the first time. And it is Go Ask Alex. A little on the muscle is Go Ask Alex. Casablanca Smile is right up there, and Kiowa Cat. Now another 5-length break back to Striking Dancer, followed by the gray. Forever Together is just moving very sweetly in the early stages of this marathon. The opening half mile was 47 3/5 seconds. Up front, that solid pace from Go Ask Alex. Casablanca Smile, Kawa Cat right up and on it. 6 lengths now back. Striking Dancer remains in 4th position. Julian Leperoux sitting chilly with champion Forever Together. Forever Together now about 9 lengths from the lead. Forever Together is followed by Kirtana, still at the back of the pack. Sweet and Flawless and Beauty Ogawan. So down the backstretch run, 3/4 and 1:12 3. A half mile to go. Go Ask Alex, Casablanca Smile, Kiowa Cat. They've been 1, 2, 3 all the way around the race course. 4 lengths back, Striking Dancer and Kirtana. And Forever Together, still about 8 from the lead, but now beginning to pick it up in earnest is Forever Together. Sweet and Flawless is following her. The last of them all is Beauty Ogawan as they come to the top of the stretch. Turning for home. Casablanca Smile cuts the corner. Go Ask Alex there on the outside. Kirtana coming up the hedge. Kirtana making a bold run at the lead. Here comes Kirtana, who slips through an opening on the inside of Casablanca Smile. Farther back, Forever Together moving up for 3rd, and they're down to the line, and it is Kirtana. Kirtana scores a 3-length victory. Casablanca Smile was 2nd, followed by Forever Together and Striking Dancer.
Kirtana scoring the victory. A very nice move on the far turn. Heading into the far turn, Jose Lezcano just let her out a notch, and she made a huge move right along the hedge, scoring going away by 3 1/4 lengths over Casablanca Smile, who tracked the early pace, got to the lead at the top of the stretch, but did not have quite enough left to hold off Kirtana. Forever Together broke from a wide post position and kind of settled over, came up a little bit one-paced in the lane and settled for 3rd. I think that this race a little bit too long to really set up her true closing kick. Perhaps they felt that maybe she might be better a little bit more of a galloper's race going a little bit longer, but Forever Together disappointing as the favorite, finishing 3rd. The winner, Kirtana, off a 2nd place finish last time out in the Della Rose, is a dark bear brown daughter of Johar from Moto Kikis by Stormcat, bred in Kentucky by Barbara Hunter and owned by the breeder, trained by Tom Proctor, ridden to victory by Jose Lezcano. Kirtana covers the mile in 3 furlongs with that impressive move in 2:12.73. That'll wrap up a busy week of horses and courses. We got a lot of great stakes racing action to wrap up. We wanted to get that holiday weekend into the mix, and we wanted to be able to, of course, congratulate the winners of the championships at Saratoga. John Velasquez on the rider side, Todd Pletcher on the trainer side, and owner Mike Rapoli as well. So Saratoga 2010 is in the books. It's all wrapped up. We've got another day or so worth of racing action from Del Mar before we shift things out in Southern California as well to a short meet on the fair side. Monmouth Park is going to going to continue on a little bit later on into the year this year as well. So we've still got some terrific racing coming up. Just because the Saratoga meet is over, it hasn't all ended. Belmont Park opening again this weekend, and they've got a busy fall schedule as well. So lots of great racing. Be sure you stay with us here on the network and join us again next week here on Horses and Courses. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here next time.